As a preliminary matter, this is Larry Murphy, Chair of the Newbury Planning Board. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Planning Board members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Peter Pecos.
Yes, sir.
Morris.
Yes.
Leslie Matthews.
Yes.
Woody Knight.
Yes.
Mary Stone.
Yes.
And town staff, Martha Taylor.
Yes.
And we do not have any anticipated speakers or presenters on the agenda tonight. So this is October 19th, 2022, open meeting of the Newbury Planning Board and is being conducted remotely consistent with Chapter 107 of the Acts of 2022, which extends the Governor's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 20, until March 31, 2023. This order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location and allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. For this meeting, the Newbury Planning Board is convening by video conference via Zoom as posted on the Planning Board's agenda, which can be found on the town's website and which identifies how the public may join. You may join us by going to http://zoom.us and entering meeting ID 832-741-3056 or by calling 1-929-205-6099 US, New York, and entering the meeting ID number when prompted. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that attendees are participating by video and/or telephone conference. The meeting is also being broadcast live through local access cable channel 9 on Zoom and at www.tnctv.org. And the recording will be available on the Newbury Access YouTube channel. Meeting materials were provided to the board members prior to the meeting for review. Applicants or their representatives may be called upon to speak, and if needed, share information to the screen. Please state your intention after you have been called. The ground rules. Before we turn to the first item on the agenda, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I, as chair, will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After speakers conclude their remarks, I will go down the list of board members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Further, for all attendees except board members and staff, please remember to mute your computer with your mute button or your phone *6 to toggle mute unmute when you are not speaking. Please use earbuds or earphones with tablets and cell phones. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. Please be aware that video participants can see you and that you should take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. For any response, please wait until I yield the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If board members wish to engage in discussion with other members, please do so through me, taking care to identify yourself when you wish to speak. Public comment. There will be an opportunity for public comment and questions during public hearings. After board members have spoken, I will afford the public an opportunity to comment and/or ask questions as follows. I will see questions and comments through the Zoom raised hand function. For video conference participants, to raise your hand, hover over the bottom of the Zoom window below the photo gallery and click on the gray hand that appears. Please ensure that your name is fully and correctly displayed on the participant list. You may rename yourself by using the More function next to your name. For telephone participants, to raise your hand in a Zoom meeting, hit *9 on your phone keypad. I will then allow questions and comments from members of the public who have raised their hands in the order in which they are listed, which is determined by the order in which people click on the raise hand function. Each participant will be called on to provide his or her name and address, and then ask a question or make a comment. I will afford the applicant or participant or his or her representative the opportunity to reply. Your hand will be lowered when you have been given the floor for your question. I will then continue down the list of those in the raised hand column and again, afford the participant applicant or representative an opportunity to speak. Should there be a physical or electronic submittal of questions or concerns, they will be noted for the record. And again, the participant applicant or representative will be afforded the opportunity to speak if the issues raised have not yet been addressed. Finally, each vote in this meeting will be conducted by roll call. Well, that brings us to the agenda. And the first item on the agenda are the liaison reports. So Leslie, do you have anything from the select board?
Yes, I have a few things. There was I guess, a surprise announcement from most that our chief of police, Lucy, will be, has handed in his retirement papers and will be done as of like 12/7. And they're working on who will be replacing him. The library is looking for a generator in the amount of about $73,000. And they want to turn the facility into an emergency heat or cooling station. And Selectman Packer and Town Administrator Tracy are both working on a program that will help to increase the benefits of the vets. Bill DeMaio came up the other night, and he had started a petition to go in that direction, but since the town is working on it themselves, he withdrew that. It's a nice thing. It will be, greatly appreciated for the vets. And we had a new person to, let me see, for the rec and for shellfish. And select member Heavey and Walker are working on a program for the Triton School District.
Okay, is that it? Thank you, Leslie.
Thanks, Leslie.
For the ZBA, their regular monthly meeting is tomorrow night at 7:30 at Town Hall. They have a pretty full agenda. There is a continued public hearing for a special permit and finding for 17 10th Street. And they have two new public hearings for, again, for special permit findings for 80 Northern Boulevard and also 8 Girard Way. In other business, member Elaine Baker has resigned. She's a full-time voting member. So the ZBA will be discussing their recommendations for a replacement for Elaine. And that's what I have. Conservation.
Conservation was pretty quiet, which was nice. Of interest for us was 104R Main Street, and that was also continued as well. Other than that, pretty routine business. We had one violation notice, which was dealt administratively. That's it.
Thank you, Pete. MVPC, Martha.
A few things. I attended a community and economic development strategy meeting yesterday. They're updating the SEDS plan. The committee consists of a number of business leaders as well as some planners and so on and so forth. Yesterday's meeting was focusing on data regarding housing and transportation. The commissioners' meeting is tomorrow. It looks like it will be just kind of general business, no special presentation. And then next Thursday, the 27th, will be the kickoff meeting for the update of the housing production plan.
Okay, thank you, Martha.
Welcome.
And we have time before the public hearing, 7:15. So how about the planner's report?
Actually, not a whole lot this week. I attended the 5th session of Mass Housing Partnerships webinar series on the MBTA communities. Today's session was focused on two things. One is the information that's going to be required for the action plan, which needs to be submitted by January 31st of 2023 in order for us to have interim compliance. And the rest of the session was about some of the tools that have been developed and are available to use in starting to shape the districts and determine where they should be. One is called Data Town, and there's a lot of information on that. I think Emily mentioned it in her presentation on the master plan. A lot of information, demographic and otherwise, for all of the communities in the Commonwealth. one called Residensity, which is going to be released within a few weeks, which allows you to analyze the density of particular neighborhoods or areas of a town. And one that's similar but focused specifically on areas around transportation nodes. So it's all pretty cool stuff if you're a planner. And one project update, I did reach out to John Colantoni to see what the status was on 108 Main Street, since it's been sitting, it's been kind of inactive. And he is continuing to focus on the Parish Road project in Georgetown, and will let us know when he's going to start back up. I did ask Joe Sawatka and Samantha Holt to go out and take a look at the site to see if anything needs to be stabilized, and they both reported that it seems to be in pretty good shape. So that's it.
Thank you, Martha.
Thanks, Martha.
You're welcome.
The next item on the agenda is the continued public hearing, but I don't think we can actually take that up until 7:15. So let me skip over that for now. And we don't have anything under old business or new business for that matter. Does anyone have anything they want to bring up under old business? Hearing none, we'll move on. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the meeting minutes from May 18th, 2022?
Yes.
I have,
Is that a yes? I know, Pete, you were not at that meeting.
Right, I'm going to abstain from that, thanks.
Yeah, okay. And George, you're good with the minutes?
no, I'll abstain too.
You're abstaining as well. Leslie, have you had an opportunity?
I had the opportunity.
And Woody, have you had an opportunity to review them?
Yes, I reviewed them once.
I have as well, and I don't have anything. So then if someone would make a motion to accept the minutes.
Motion to accept the minutes from May 18th, 2022.
Thank you, Leslie. Do we have a second, Woody?
Second,
Okay. I'm assuming there's no discussion then on the minutes. So Pete, I still have to conduct a roll call vote. How do you vote?
I will vote yes.
Okay, you're not going to abstain?
No, I'm sorry, I'm abstaining, yes.
George, how do you vote?
abstain,
Okay. Leslie, how do you vote?
Yes.
Woody, how do you vote?
yes.
And I vote yes as well. So it passes 3 in favor with 2 abstentions. And it is now 7:13. Anybody want to kill 2 minutes?
Larry, if I could go back on my liaison report for
Sure,
just a
that'd be
minute.
great.
I'd like to make a little amendment on that. I misquoted. It's the person who will be taking the dog officer's animal control place will also be the assistant harbor master. It's going to go down under a new and wildlife warden. So this person's going to be wearing 3 hats.
They're sort of combining those functions then.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think the official name of the position is the Natural Resource Officer,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Good information. Thank you. And we just have another minute or so to go.
Leslie, do you think that's too much based on what you heard at the
Well, they're going to be looking for people that are going to have resumes that qualify them for each one of these positions.
okay, all right, so it's
So
temporary.
it's not just, it's going to be more like you have to have your captain's license for the harbor master, and you're going to have to,
Right.
have there's 3 different things. I think it's a lot,
Yeah.
but we'll see how it works out. Maybe there'll be, assistance to help out with the load.
That would be helpful.
Is the third person going to be the Clem?
Say it again, please.
Who's so we have the dog officer, we have harbor master, and then
And a created
no,
position.
the third position. What was the third?
Yeah. Well, what did you call it, Martha? It's going to be natural resource.
It's the Natural Resource Officer is the
Officer.
umbrella name for these functions.
But it's just one person.
Yeah,
Yeah. Knowing how busy the animal control officer used to be, it's a pretty tough job. Just for one person and to do the other two things.
Yeah, I think it's too much. With a lot
Well,
of,
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just thinking that if there were help for people, two people maybe, or one, whatever. If they're doing one in both positions, they're gonna need some staffing, or not, maybe not paid, but people who might want to volunteer or help out. But I don't see it. I don't, with all the dogs in this town, I mean, wow.
well, and also, it's, the natural wildlife that's running rampant in town right now. You've got coyotes, the fish cat are out there. And so that's all part of the animal control officer's duty too.
Right, that's a lot, man.
It is a lot.
All right, thank you, Leslie. So we've reached 7:15, so let me just read this into the record. This is a special permit application 140R Main Street map R41 lot 42, requesting modification of the special permit granted to Borrego Solar Systems, Inc. on May 16th, 2018 to allow construction of a utility access road, including a bridge and the location of an existing cart path. The applicant is New Leaf Energy owner Karen E. Yasser Thiel and KV N. Yasser, successor trustee of the Ruth A. Yasser Trust, 138 Main Street, Byfield, Mass. 01922. And this is a public hearing continued from September 21st, 2022. Rob Rosen, on behalf of the applicant, has requested that the public hearing be continued to November 2nd, 2022 to provide additional time to address fire department comments. Peer review comments from Joe Sawecka will also need to be addressed. And Martha, I don't think there's too much we can do beyond considering a motion to continue at this point, is there?
That's correct.
Okay. Is there any discussion from anyone on the request for a continuance? Yes, Woody, go ahead.
The only discussion I have is at some point, and I'm sure Martha will let us know, is Joe Schwartz's report on that.
Yeah, actually, I believe it came in today, and Martha will be getting that out to you in the very near future.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Well, that said, I would entertain a motion to continue the public hearing of this special permit application to November 2nd, 2022 at 7:15 p.m. via Zoom meeting.
So moved.
Thank you,
Second.
Pete. Is there a second, George? Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. Pete, how do you vote?
Yes.
George, how do you vote?
Yes.
Leslie, how do you vote?
Yes.
Pete, how do you vote?
Yes.
Are you in accord? I'll take
Yeah.
that. I think she is. Mary, I think. Mary, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay. You're in accord as well. And I vote yes as well. So the motion passes. And that concludes our business at 7:18 p.m.
Sorry about that. I'm losing some audio.
And I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Leslie. Any second? Do we have a second?
Second.
I guess not. I don't know. I think I heard George first.
Yes, you did.
Okay, I'm assuming any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. Pete, how do you vote?
Yes, please.
George, how do you vote?
Yes.
Leslie, how do you vote?
Yes.
Woody, how do you vote?
Yes.
You're in agreement?
Yes.
And I vote yes as well. So thank you all. And we stand adjourned at 7:19 p.m.